What's up, risk managers? My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. And boy, is she one hell of a drug. And welcome to tonight's NA meeting, where we'll discuss the economic data for the week, analyze today's session, and from that, build a winning game plan for tomorrow's price action. And if you haven't done so already, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel. And with that said, let's jump into the charts now. This is tomorrow's data, and be mindful that all times are in Central Time. And we have a big block of news scheduled for tomorrow, so let's jump into it. At 7:30, we have goods and service trade balance for the month of August. And at 11:45 and 12 o'clock, we have Fed Bostic speaking, and we have the 3-year note auction. And finally, at 5:30, we have Fed Jefferson speaking. And now that we know what to expect, let's jump into the charts and create a game plan for tomorrow's price action. This is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream, and today was definitely a range day. And as I analyze the charts, I see about 2 clues that's going to be essential for helping us find the best trades going into tomorrow's stream. So let's jump into it. During the overnight session, the Nasdaq opened slightly bullish and traded 50 points to the upside into a previous area of resistance. However, once the bulls failed to rotate price higher, the bears stepped in and price sold 320 points to the downside going into the close of the session. And based on this price action, here's what I'm going to be looking for. So even though the bears were able to sell price down almost the entirety of the session, the bulls did not go away without a fight. When the bulls found support earlier in yesterday's session, the bulls tried and failed multiple times to send price higher. And unfortunately for the bulls, their sell stops were building underneath this range, and it got used as fuel to drop this market going into the second half of yesterday's session. But it does appear that the bulls did find support going into the close of the session. However, if the bears can maintain their control overnight, then I'll be watching the reaction when price retests a level at 925. Because this is the level where the bulls found support, and we saw a move all the way up to 263 from this level. And a failure from the bulls at this level could result in price trading back within a range between 890 and 870. However, if the bulls can regain control overnight and price begins to trade higher, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades within a range between 2030 and 2060. Because this is the range where we saw the breaker structure to the downside, and a failure from the bears could result in price retesting 2085. But based on how the session closed, we could see a retest going back into 120. And if the bulls can push past this level, then we can definitely see, or at least we could expect, a retest going back up to 300. But the price action overnight will definitely be essential for our bias going into tomorrow's stream. Now, if you're enjoying the content and appreciate the value that me and my trading partner provides to the trading community, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the release of our next NA meeting and live streams. And with that said, let's jump into an ES chart. This is an ES chart, and this is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And during the overnight session, the E-mini S&P opened slightly bullish and traded 9 points to the upside into a previous area of resistance. However, once the bulls failed to push price higher, the bears stepped in and price sold 74 points to the downside going into the close of the session. And based on this price action, this is what I'm going to be looking for. So just like the NQ, price traded to the downside until the close of the session. The bulls tried their hardest to push price higher, but ended up becoming the fuel the bears needed to trade price to the downside. And if the bears can maintain their control overnight, then I'll be watching the reaction when price retests a level at 722. Because this is the level where the bulls previously found support on multiple occasions, and this level is the last stand for the bulls to protect. Because a failure below this level would result in a run on liquidity below these lows and price possibly trading back within a range between 5,700 and 695. However, if the bulls can regain control overnight and price begins to trade higher, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades back into a range between 755 and 760. because this is the range where the bears broke structure to the downside, and a failure from the bears here could result in price retesting 768. But if the bulls can keep pushing past 768, we could possibly see a retest of around 780 to 5,800, because the bulls tried multiple times to buy price during the session. And with that amount of buying pressure that we saw, it's hard to believe that once the bulls get going, they won't continue to buy price until it reaches new highs. So I'll be monitoring both markets overnight to identify the best trades as we go into tomorrow's stream. And in summary, both markets started off the session slightly bullish before trading into a previous area of resistance. Both markets saw a massive sell-off after the bulls failed multiple times to push price higher. And finally, both markets does appear to have found support at the close of the session, but we still have to be mindful that the bears can step in at any time. And that's all I have for tonight, risk managers. And you can watch us trade these concepts live by clicking this video. We'll see you there.